Hi guys, I'm super excited to be filming this video because I just got the Morphe That Bling set in the mail, which looks like this, and this kind of took the internet by storm because Jaclyn Hill posted about it on her Snapchat, and basically they sold out within like 10 minutes apparently. And I was really lucky because I was waiting and I refreshed at like 12 and it didn't show up, and I saw a lot of people complaining it didn't show up till 12:03, but I just like typed in Bling and the actual thing showed up, so it wasn't on like their new page or anything else. It was just like separate by itself, and I found it, I added it in my cart, and I checked out very quickly and I managed to get them. Honestly, I'm so surprised that I already have them because normally Morphe takes forever to process orders, and it actually shipped on the day that I got them, and it's only Thursday. They came out Monday, so I'm really happy that I already have them. So I just want to rant, not really like rant, but like just clarify quickly. I saw a lot of people downing the brushes for being $99, and they are supposed to be the elite brushes, and if you divide 99 by 7, I'm pretty sure it's $14. Let me look. Yeah, it's $14.14 each. So honestly, that is not that bad when you think about certain other brushes. Like one Nars brush alone is $55, you know? So there's definitely way more expensive brushes out there, and these are honestly some of the softest brushes I've ever felt. So honestly, I don't understand all the negativity surrounding these brushes. Anyways, I did a demo using all the brushes. I will be inserting that as I speak, but I just wanted to apologize that I didn't use any of the eye brushes for eye purposes because I did like a lot of makeup yesterday, and something that I used made my eyes swell, and like it's like really puffy and it hurts, and I didn't want to put any makeup on top of that and irritate it. So I did use all the eye brushes for other purposes, but I didn't use anything on the eyes. I'm sorry about that. It's my health, you know? So let's just go ahead and start talking about the brushes. So they look like this. They have this amazing bedazzled sparkly look on it, and there is 7 brushes, 3 face brushes, and 4 eye brushes. So the first brush I will talk about is this one, and none of them have numbers because it's a set, and I think that their sets, they never do like individualize things together, they just have different things. So there's no numbers, but I do have a couple comparisons for you. So this is like a powder brush, and I started off and I used it for powder to set underneath my eyes and to powder the rest of my face with the Nars translucent powder. And then I used it also for bronzing with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and I just bronzed around my face and warmed it up some, and it worked wonderfully. It's incredibly soft, and it's not too dense, but it's not flimsy either. It's perfect, and I really like it. The next brush I have to talk about is this one, which is like a foundation buffing brush, and the one that I could immediately compare it to, or that I was going to immediately compare it to, is the Morphe M439, which just looks like that. You can see they look very similar. The Morphe M439 is just a little more dense. To me, this brush is like the Morphe M439 and the Real Techniques buffing brush had a little baby, put some diamonds on her, and here she is. So I used this brush for foundation with my L'Oreal True Match foundation, and I just buffed it all over, and it blended really nicely and it left a pretty finish. I also used this for concealer just because I've used my M439 for concealer before when I'm in a rush. I think that it blends it out beautifully. I mean, it's not the most ideal shape for it, but this one is a little smaller, so it works wonderfully for that, and it blended out really easily, and I really liked the finish it gave. The next brush I have to talk about is this one, which is like their blush brush, and the one that this immediately reminded me of is the Elite Collection E4, and they are very similar. You can definitely get the same looks out of these. The only thing that's different is that I feel like the E4 is just a little bit longer. I wish that these handles were just a little bit longer, like that they had the same shape as the regular ones, but they still had the bedazzle. Also, just in case you're wondering, like the little bottom is like see-through. It's weird. So I used this first for contour just because I wanted to contour my face today, and I was trying to just use these brushes. So this gives a really soft, easy contour. It blends beautifully. If you don't like a strong contour, then you would love this brush for that. And then I went ahead and I used it for blush, and this just applies blush beautifully just as much as the E4. And I'm so happy that I basically have two of the same brush because I use this one for blush every single day. So I'm sure I'll be getting a ton of use out of this brush. The next brush is this one, which is like an eyeliner type brush, and I really like this because I think that it works really well and it's really soft and it just feels like a good brush. I use this to carve out my brows because I saw someone use the same type of brush and I wanted to actually buy a different one, but I tried this one and I love it, and it really just gets very precise and you can carve out your brows exactly how you want them, and it blends it nicely, and it just did a wonderful job and I'm really happy with it. The next brush is this little tiny detail brush, and I use this one for spot concealing, and I just used my concealer from NYX and went over all my blemishes because I'm breaking out like a madman right now. So this is really useful for underneath foundation. I could use it for eyeshadow, I could use it for small details. I think that this is a very it's a very multi-purpose brush, and I think that you can find a lot of brushes out there just like this one, but obviously I was in it for the packaging. The next brush I was really excited for because it is a small pencil brush and it is the Elite type of bristles, so it is incredibly soft. It's a little bigger than I would want a pencil brush to be, but it's still amazing. I did not use it for like what I would normally use it for underneath the lower lash line because again, my eyes are swollen, but I did go ahead and use it to highlight my brow bone and highlight my inner corners, and it did a really good job. It packed it on and didn't look like splotchy or anything like that. So I'm really excited. And as far as finding replicas, I believe possibly the E36 might be similar. I'm not sure. I don't own that because every time I go to make an order on Morphe, it's always sold out. But I don't have any other brushes that are quite like this in my collection that are just as soft. And the last brush, which is the one that I was most attracted to, is this really beautiful crease brush. And I just love brushes like this. I love blending brushes so much. If I'm going to try a new makeup brush line or anything like that, the first thing I'm like, where are their blending brushes? So I used this one today to contour my nose and underneath my lip and just get those smaller areas you like to contour. And then I did wipe this off and I used it for highlight, and I just used the e.l.f. Moonlight Pearls. It just blended everything out really nicely, and I was really happy with the look that it gave. This brush is basically very close to the Sigma E40, if you can see. The Elite brush is a little softer, maybe a little bit, just a little bit more fluffy. And also I was looking through my Morphe brushes just to compare it, and I think that it is kind of similar to the E23, but you're probably looking at me like, what? That looks crazy. And that is because my dog totally got a hold of this and like chewed it, but like I'm not about to throw away this brush. So I washed it and I tried to cut off some of the weird hairs, but there's still some that just stick out. But it still does a good job and it does exactly what it needs to. And I feel like this brush, before all the hairs got all weird and stuff, you can see they're very similar. I almost feel like this brush set is even softer than the Elite line brushes. Like, it is honestly probably the softest brushes I've ever used in my life. So when this video is over, I will be washing the brushes for review purposes, and I will leave down in the description box if anything funky happened, if they shed, if they bled, anything, if the crystal started falling off, I will let you know in the description box. in case you guys are wondering about their washing. So that is everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little first impression / review type thing. And let me know down below if you got these brushes or if you're planning on getting them when they restock. I would love to know and to chat with you. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I would love to have you. And I'll see you guys in the next video.